Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Finding Asheville podcast with Nathan Miller.
Well, it seems like punk walk is going well, so why barbecue and not something like that?
Well, the barbecue came first. Mirwan contacted me pretty soon after I left Ben's and was like, "What's going on? Why aren't you opening barbecue?" And I told him I don't know, and I didn't really have any plans. I was like, I don't want to leave Asheville. I'll make it work somehow. I'll get a job and figure it out. But barbecue was still my passion. I've kind of set my sights on that, and I didn't want to give up on it.
And why?
I just think this town needs it. I think it's like, I don't know. I grew up eating barbecue, and this town gets a lot of press for having great barbecue, and it does. And I don't think that there's, I don't know how many restaurants are here, but a lot of them serve similar food, Asheville local cuisine. And when another one opens, no one gets like weird. It's like, I feel like there's just more room for another barbecue restaurant. I don't think it's like, I'm not trying to compete with anyone. I just think there's a market for it. And I have a different style of barbecue that I want to do here.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Jeff Miller from Llewellyn said the same thing. He thinks there's plenty of room for multiple barbecue restaurants.
Sure, and I would love to inspire a guy that's cooking pigs at Buxton Hall to open his barbecue place 5 years down the road. I hope that happens. I want that to happen. So, I want Asheville to live up to the barbecue, reputation that we have. Just look at Austin, Texas. There's tons of like non-barbecue restaurants there, but barbecue is, and even New York. It's crazy how many barbecue restaurants are open in New York, and I just want to be in on that excitement and buzz, and building communities.
Yeah, I thought about, we were supposed to do this interview last week, and I thought about all day how to ask this question without offending you last week. So I'm going to give you this comment first, and then I'm going to ask you the question.
Okay.
The first comment, I guess, is I always wanted you to open that barbecue place before Ben's Tune-Up, if that makes you feel any better, because I was more excited about a barbecue concept. But at the same time, it seems like barbecue, it's kind of like you amassed all these fine dining skills at the Admiral, and it's kind of like, in my mind, you going to do barbecue, it's kind of like Jordan switching from basketball to baseball. Isn't barbecue a little bit more simpler?
I don't think so at all.
No.
Barbecue can be simple. When I started thinking about doing barbecue, I was really excited, and I wouldn't say I was burnt out, but I was doing the style of food I was doing at the Admiral for X amount of years, and I was just kind of ready for something different, and had the opportunity to open a restaurant, and the concept was decided on that it was going to be barbecue, and I was really excited. Chefs don't really open barbecue restaurants. They open restaurants, and I felt like that I could bring, my chef touch or whatever to barbecue, And, I've got some, I wouldn't say tricks up my sleeve, but we do have some interesting things that I want to do there that is kind of not typical for a barbecue place to do. Not play around with any of the techniques, but, I feel like sides and seasonal things is, I can still get my, artistic excitement and creativity on vegetables and sides that go with the meat, and that's something that sometimes gets overlooked at, I wouldn't say Asheville restaurants, barbecue restaurants, but just in my hometown, in my state, barbecue.
Well, it's like that way in Kansas City too.
Barbecue is awesome, and then it's like, oh, here's your coleslaw and a potato salad. I'm like, I don't, what if I don't want barbecue or coleslaw or potato salad? I don't want canned green beans either, So I hear what you're saying, and I know people think that, but I just know what I want to do there, and this is going to be way more of a challenge for me than the Admiral, just because it takes 12 hours to cook a pig, and someone's got to be there caring for it, and you can't leave it and go home and come back, and someone's got to be there, and you got to find stuff for those people to do while they're just shoveling coals every 20-30 minutes. So it'll be a struggle, and it'll be hard, but it's a challenge, and I'm excited about it.